All right, so as we all know, moon blossoms are going to be gone about the next 24 hours. So I'm gonna be giving y'all the best way to prioritize these last 24 hours to get as many moon blossoms as you can. Every night of AFK farming, the moonlit and bullet mutations, I usually get around 2,000 points almost, and that gets me a lot of seeds. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to get as many moon blossoms as you can before this goes away. All right, so I've seen a lot of y'all struggling to get moon blossoms. Me personally, I got a couple back there. Don't know how many I have now, but you know, I got a couple on there with disco and stuff, as you can see, and people are really struggling to like get them. And if you don't have one at least, then this video is definitely gonna help you. You know what I mean? I've opened like a whole lot of packs. I'm like maybe like actually I really haven't opened that many. I've opened maybe like 200 max, probably less than that. And I've got 2 moon blossoms. I have, I think that's it. That's like my rarest plant here. I've got 2 moon blossoms. Got them disco. So I got them a while ago, you know, before the recent update and stuff. So I got 2 discos here, gold. You know, I'm just stacking them up to get a bunch of mutations. But the best way to actually get like the moonlit and bloodlit mutations, so you can easily get these, you know, moon blossoms, is obviously having a bunch of plants planted down. You know, that might be common sense, but a lot of people really don't do that. And I feel like a way to be able to multitask this and actually make money at the same time while actually having good plants down is definitely doing it with moon melons. I have a whole lot of moon melons right here planted, and whenever I have a normal moon melon, I just pick it up and it usually has, you know, moonlit mutation or something, right? So I pick it up, and if it has gold, I favorite it, and I'm like kind of going back and forth every like bloodlit or moonlit mutation. So then once I finish this area right here, I have a whole nother area, right? I have like maybe 100 corn right here, which I can pick up that they're gonna have moonlit mutations. You know, every night I usually get through 2 to 3 pages of this night event, right? I'm usually able to complete 2 to 3 just from, probably actually more than that, just from picking up my plants from overnight. Right here I have a whole bunch of moon melons. I have most of them favorited because they're either gold, rainbow, or, you know, disco. I've got a bunch of corn here which I can pick up. I've got like 200 tomatoes right here, couple of peppers here. I have a whole lot of mangoes right here. It might not seem like a lot, but it's a lot. I've got a bunch of cactuses right here. I had a bunch of bamboo here, but I picked it up. It kind of got in the way. I wanted to plant my celestial berries, which were really good when you turn them in. But you know, I have a whole lot of high value plants that when I turn them in, I get a bunch of points, right? But let's say for some reason you can't do that, right? Let's say you can't afford blood bananas, you know, beanstalk. I have a whole bunch of these things planted, and I can pick them up with the harvest tool. You know what I mean? I get a whole lot of points. You could just do what I do with my corn. You could go buy a bunch of corn, or you could like just for a night AFK click. I'd say probably tomatoes. I feel like tomatoes are probably better. They don't really take up that much space. You can actually plant a lot and stuff. Just AFK spam buying tomato seeds or corn seeds, plant them like crazy, like on top of each other in one area. I have my corn right here, my tomatoes right here, and you can see there's a lot. Like I could probably go through this. There's probably like a bunch buried deep in there, you know what I mean? Now that they've actually increased inventory space, I could probably collect all of these right now. Maybe 1 to 2 sessions of picking them up and selling them easily, and I get like maybe 100 from just one plant by itself like this overnight. You can see I just saw a bloodlet. There's a bloodlet right here. Look, bloodlet, celestial. Easy. So having as many plants as you can down definitely helps, but you want to try to make sure you got a couple of high value ones down too. That's how you really get through like 3 pages just from picking them up overnight. You know what I mean? Definitely having a bunch of corn you can plant down, a whole bunch of tomatoes you can plant down. I wouldn't recommend cactus actually, because it does take up a lot of space, but I do have some really valuable ones here, but they're kind of hard to collect really, but you could use a harvest, you know, tool. Beanstalk, really amazing. These are really good. They usually get mutated easily. I don't know why, but they're always like mutated. Durian, I don't know. These are not here anymore, but you know, I wouldn't recommend this, but it's okay. You know, it gets the job done. Moon blossoms, I wouldn't pick up your moon blossoms if they have anything crazy, but if they have just moonlit or bloodlit, pick them up definitely. I got some moon mangoes back there. I basically pick up anything that isn't huge or gold. Ignore these mushrooms. Those are just like some crazy good mushrooms. And yeah, I've got a bunch of moon mangoes, or not moon mangoes, got a bunch of mangoes right here, which I can collect in this tight area right here. I just spam E and collect them all. And I'm telling you, it's very easy to get the mutations. And I think stacking them is better, honestly, because it feels like you get more luck. Right now I just opened like, I don't know, I think I opened 50 yesterday. I already have 25. You know, it's super easy. I just got on, you know, since then. So these are super easy to get for me. I don't usually open them unless it's like I got like a bunch, but definitely having a bunch of plants planted. I feel like this is the last night, so you definitely, not last night, but it's the last like couple of hours before this goes away. So these last 24 hours, because it updates tomorrow on the 31st, as you can see right here, We got 22 hours left. You could definitely do this method for a night, or if you just do it right now after you see this video till the update drops, maybe right before the update drops, pick them all up, turn them in, you could definitely have a chance of getting a moon blossom. But I feel like plants that are very easy to see definitely help with picking up, you know, the mutations you're looking for. I feel like this area right here is very cramped, so I really can't see much, but you know, I got some cacaos here and stuff. It's really hard. And I think having a bunch of small fruits or plants are really good because like they usually get like mutated in clamps. I got all this like tiny little plants right here. I usually pick these up after I pick up all the big ones, and 9 times out of 10 most of them have moonlit. So just trying to cover every single piece of your plot with plants just for now is definitely what you want to do. And since this dude bothered me, right? Hush monkey. Oh, this dude want to bother me, right? We gonna show y'all what a bad plot is looking like. This is definitely what you don't want to do, right? He kind of got the idea right here. Definitely having a bunch of plants planted around your base, having a bunch of tomatoes, corn, very smart right here. A bunch of night staffs, you know, definitely use your night staffs too. That's definitely what you want to do. Definitely don't, you know, carry them into the next update. You could probably still get them, but in some type of way. I don't know how. Maybe it might come up in a gear shop, but you definitely want to use them and turn in all your mutated plants into the shop. So instead of having these open plots right here, he could place like a bunch of strawberries or something, or plant a bunch of big trees. But I think, you know, this is not bad. It's not bad actually. He has a bunch of cactuses right here, so these are probably going to get mutated in clumps. Mushrooms, very good for money. Dragon fruit, cacaos over here, and clamps. But you know, he has all this other space. I feel like that's pretty good for, you know, being able to collect it. But you could probably fit like a plant or more too up in there of one kind. Beanstalk over here, nice. This is actually not a bad farm. You know, you got stuff in, he has things in clumps, but he definitely has some more space to plant a bunch of other plants. Maybe just spam this entire plot, this open space with carrots, and just get as many mutations as you can until you get, you know, pretty much just whatever you buy from the store, smack it on your plot. So it's a good garden. Good garden. Oh my god, he's a huge dragon fruit, but good farm, Polar. And then we come over here, we can see pyroids actually. Pyroids, trash, man. You know, he got all this open space. For some reason he want to do cosmetics. We don't do that around here. We if you want to make money, don't take up too much space with building, you know what I mean? Don't ruin a whole plot with building. But this is not bad, you know? I just don't like him, you know? Cactuses, he got a really good cactus area, I'm not gonna lie. Look, he already has like one that's bloodlit and moonlit. Like these things, look, bloodlit, moonlit. But yeah, you see what I mean? Like he has a bunch of mutated plants that are moonlit and bloodlit because he clamps them together kind of, you know? He has them on one plot, and he definitely has more space. He could definitely plant more plants. But look at these, all these bamboos right here, they're probably mutated with moonlit in the inside, but you can't really see. But yeah, this is definitely the type of thing you want to do. But just these open spaces, you could definitely plant like small plants, like I don't know, strawberries, carrots. If you want to have temporary, if you want to keep this space and you want to have it for, you know, decoration, you could just put a bunch of carrots, and then whenever they're mutated after the update, you can pick them back up, turn them in, easy. But yeah, by now you guys should be able to get it. If you guys have any questions that I can answer in the comments, shoot them down below. Try to answer as many as I can. Good luck to y'all, and try to get a moon blossom before it's gone.